Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the chapter presentation. Here I'm gonna present chapter number 14, Culture. I am Tamanna Sharmin, metric number G1825194. Learning Objective 1. A culture is a society personality. What is culture? Culture is the accumulation of shared meaning, rituals, norms, and traditions. Culture is a society personality. Culture includes abstract ideas such as values and ethics and material objects like cars and clothing. It is the shared meaning of rituals, norms, and tradition among number of society or organization. The effect of culture on consumer behavior can be so powerful that it is sometimes difficult to grasp the importance and relevance of culture. We typically notice culture affects the most when we are immersed in a different ones feel the effect of culture shock. Understanding of culture. Product can reflect underlying culture process on particular pairs. The TV dinner, the United States cosmetics made of natural materials without animal testing, pastel carrying cases for condoms. Consumers are more likely to want product that time. The slide lists some example of product that become successful because they reflect the dominant values at the time. Objective of this chapter. A culture is a society personality. It shapes our identities as individuals. Many of our consumption activities, including holidays, observations, grooming, and gift giving, are rituals. We describe product as either scared or profound, and it's not unusual for sometimes product to move back and forth between the two categories. Stylists act as a mirror to the reflect underlying culture condition. Many of modern marketers are reality engineers. New products, service, and ideas spread through a population. Learning Objective 2. We distinguish between high culture and low culture. Functional area of culture. Ecology, social structure, ideology. Culture is not static. It constantly involves old ideas and emerges with new ones. A culture system consists of three functional areas as noted in slide. Ecology refers to the way a system adapts in habituate the technology culture uses obtain distribute resources shapes in ecology. Social structure refers to the way people maintain in ordinary life. This include in domestic and political groups that dominate the culture. Ideology refers to the worldview. Members of culture train to share ideas about principle of order and fairness ideology. Culture production system. A culture production system is a set of individual organizations that create market culture product. It was three major sub-items: creative, managerial, and communications. No single person or company can create popular culture. Instead, many people and organizations contribute to each new trend. A culture production system (CPS) is the set of people and organizations who create culture meaning. The subsystem generates new symbols and products. The managerial subsystem selects, makes, produces, and manages the distribution of symbols and product. A communication subsystem gives meaning to the new product, provide it the symbolic set of attributes. Where does culture comes from? Influence of inner city teens, hip hop back urban culture, outsiders heroes, anti-oppression message, and alienation of black flavor of street. Even though inner city teens represent only 8% of all that age group that have incomes lower than their white Shurban inter counterparts, their influence and young people music and fashion tastes is great. Popular culture can arise from many sources and become symbolically connected to others. High culture and popular culture. An art of product is an object we admire for its beauty and emotional response. A craft product is admired because of beauty which it forms a function. Mass culture creates product for mass market through culture can create popularity for high and low art, for arts and craft. There are some basic destination. A piece of art is original, substantial, valuable and typically associated with society elite. A craft trends to follow a formula that permits rapid production. Mass culture product seeks to please the average taste of average audience. Many popular arts forms follow a sort of formula for success we discuss further on text slide. Myths. Myths are stories with symbolic elements that represent the shared emotion, ideals of a culture. Story characteristics. Conflict between opposing forces. Outcome is moral guide for people. Myths reduce anxiety by providing guidelines. Function of myths. Meta, physical, cosmological, sociological, physiological. Myths around in modern popular culture. Myths are often found in comic book, movies, holidays, and commercials. Monomyths, a myth that is a common many culture. Many movies, commercial present characters and plot structures that follow mythic pattern myths are very popular. One example is the popularity of Disney wedding bride dress as princess and rite of wedding pavilion in a horse town carriage complete with footman. Some function figures embody such fundamental properties that they become a monomyth. A culture, for instance, Superman is monomyth. Many famous movies and television shows built on mythic theme. Goes with Wind builds upon the romance of war and illustrates a lost era where man and nature excite harmony. It represents a female messianic destination. Star Trek built on the story of New England Puritan who explored the final frontier. Even airs can represent mythic themes. Rituals. Rituals are set of multiple symbolic behavior that occurs in a fixed sequence that tend to be repeated periodically. Many consumer activities are ritualistic. Trip to Starbucks, Sunday brunch. The common rituals are grooming, gift giving, holidays, rites of passage. Gift giving stage, gestation, presentation, reformation. Rites of passage, separation, limited, liminality, aggregation. Objective 4. Many of our consumption activities, including holiday observation, grooming, and gift giving, are related to rituals. Objective 5. We describe product as either scared or profound, and it's not unusual for some product to move back and forth between two categories. Domains of secret consumption, secret places, religious, musical, and country heritage such as Stonehenge, Mecca, Ground Zero in New York City. Secret people, celebrities, royalty. Secret event, athletic events, religious ceremonies. Learning objective 6. New products, service, and ideas spread through a population over time. Different types of people are more or less likely to adopt them during this diffusion process. The diffusion of innovation of any product that consumer perceive to be new manufacturing techniques, new product variation, new way to deliver product, new way to package product, diffusion of innovation, successful innovation is spread through the population of various rates. Learning objective 7. Many people, organizations play a role in fashion system that creates and communication symbolic meaning of consumer. The fashion system. The fashion system includes all those people and organizations involved in creating symbolic meaning of transferring these meanings to cultural good. Fashion is code, fashion is context dependent, fashion is undercoded. Behavioral science of perspective and model of fashion. Physiological, economical, sociological, medical, and naming. Learning objective 8. Fashion follows cycle and reflect cultural dynamics. Global consumer culture. What drives consumer in other culture? Global consumer culture unites consumer around the world by their common devotion to brand name, consumer good, movie stars, celebrities, and leisure activities. For reflection, what is and what should be role of fashion in a society? How important for people to be in style? What are the pros and cons of keeping up with the latest fashion? Learning objective 9. Western and particularly US culture has a half impact on the world. Although the people in other countries don't necessarily ascribe the same meaning to the product as we do. Sacralization. Sacralization occurs when ordinary objects, events, and even people take on second meaning. Obs- Objectification occurs when we attribute scared qualities to mountain items through processes like contamination. Collecting in a systematic equation of particular object or set of objectives. Explain for secularization we can only explain the sum of own family holidays tradition. How do we affect our behavior as a customer? Desacralization. When a sacred item symbol is removed from its special place or is duplicated in mass quantities, it's become profound. Religion has somewhat become desacralized. Christmas and Ramadan celebrated more as sacral materialistic occasions. Give an example of item that were once scared and but we are now materialized and marketed. What are the implications in the shift of revenge items? Learning objective 10. Product that's successful in one culture maybe fall in another. Marketers fall to understand different among consumer each place. Global marketing, global citizen, global dreamers, anti-global, global ecologistics. Adopt a standardized strategy, image perspective, national characters, consumer style. Post-determination of national culture, power distance, individualization, music, likenity, uncertainty avoidance, long-term orientation in long-term orientation. By concluding this chapter, we understand consumer culture, what is called the consumer culture, how consumer culture reflect our sales items, why consumer culture is too important as a business owner. Identify to target market is essential and involves more than basic demographic. Consumer culture helps to target a group of people who share the same desire and same need for a product or service. Consumer identity is the consumption pattern through which consumers describe themselves. Consumer culture. People no longer consume our goods and services merely for functional satisfaction. Consumers use brand and product to express their identities. Thank you so much.